Let's be honest here. You probably clicked on this video because you're super into Halo modding. That's a crazy coincidence though, because I am too. And I got some content for you. I got it all here. You know, I'm talking about flying a longsword. We got SCARAB guns. I could fly even the frigate. You know, we could go old school, fly a Pelican, a Phantom. We could take it up a notch. You know, we got the Space Phantom. Space Banshees. We're crazy out here. We got it all. And I want to show you it in this video. This isn't available for download yet, but it will be soon. So if you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, then you'll know as soon as I release it, which will probably be like in a couple days or something. So I want to go through and show you everything I've been working on for the past like 3 or so days since Halo Reach PC came out. So, you know, I'm not going to waste any time. Let's jump into this. Alright, so I wanted to be pretty thorough when I made this mod. I wanted to make sure that, like, if you were playing this, you had all the toys and the bells and whistles that you ever wanted from your childhood. So, first of all, Pelican. Absolutely necessary. In my last video, if you saw it, I had this, but it was very different. Like, the cockpit wasn't transparent. I'm talking the back was closed, and it was kind of glitchy. Now you can, like, run up in here, and you can fly the Pelican. And fun fact about Halo Reach modding, sound effects. You can't do sound effects. They're just, everything is silent. But not my mod. No, no, no. Listen to that. Listen to that baby purr. This Pelican has like sweet, sweet engine sounds. So all I'm saying is somebody else tries to make a Pelican mod, step it up, you know, add some sounds. Same thing goes for all my other ships too. We got the Phantom because obviously I'm talking, look at these doors completely open. Let's fly it. Oh my god, did you see those things close? That's a custom animation right there. That's a custom animation. We got some custom sound effects. Functioning turret. Those turrets on the side work. You want to get your buddies in and you want to just jump on the enemy team with a Phantom? You can do that. You have that capability. Alright, so next up, we got the Spirit, which is like a mad Halo 1 reference. I got the side little doors open right here. You can see inside where people would sit. The seats don't work yet. Might work by the time I release this for download. We'll see though. When you hop in it, the door is closed. It's like a little animation. You know, it's got the turret and everything. It's pretty much like a Phantom that just looks different. But if I can get the side seats working, it'll be pretty cool. But yeah, the doors on the side open and close. That's pretty nifty. Looks cool. Feels like a pretty complete vehicle. So my main goal with this was to make everything as polished as I could be. Space Phantom's one of the less polished vehicles I have, but it's really, really cool. Space Phantom is something you like never see modded in really. I got the strings at the top, you know, it says RB to pilot Space Phantom. Like I said, tried to keep it really polished. I made sure everything was pretty accurate to how it is in campaign. I mean, look at this. This thing's got like a crazy turret. And like the side turrets, those little laser beam spike looking things on the side, your buddies can hop in those too. They're all enterable little passenger turret seats. So this thing is actually a monster. This is like a force to be reckoned with. You don't want to mess with the Space Phantom. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, but it looks super dope. Alright, so check this out. This is like my favorite thing that I've made recently. This is the Longsword Vehicle. Now, fun fact, the Longsword in the game files for all the Halo games, including Reach, is never an actual vehicle, like at all. So I basically had to take the model of the Longsword, like the 3D model, and I had to get real creative with it. And I kind of built this up from scratch, essentially. You know, I used like the model. There was like a contrail for the smoke effect in the files, but really, I kind of just cobbled this all together. And, you know, it worked out pretty well. It worked out pretty well. Oh, and if you're like a Halo Custom Edition fan, I totally added a nuke that you can shoot to like blow up your teammates. Back in Halo Custom Edition, the Longswords all had nukes. Just drops right out of the bottom. Very satisfying. And yeah, honestly, Longsword is one of the coolest looking vehicles, and I think everybody's probably wanted to fly this at some point. Alright, next up we got these 3 spaceships right here. Now you've probably already seen a bunch of people flying like the Saber and the Seraph around if you've been watching Halo mod videos recently, because they're like already built up in the game files. So I'm not going to bother with like flying them around or anything, but I actually really like this vehicle here. This is the Space Banshee. And I honestly didn't even know this was in the game. Like, I've probably blown them up a million times in the Long Night of Solace single player mission, but like, I just didn't know it was a thing. And I'm having a blast flying this thing around because it looks really cool. It feels like something out of Halo Custom Edition. Like, I genuinely did not realize how crazy these things looked. And it honestly is a blast to fly around. It's pretty much like a fighter, just like the Seraph and the Saber up there. You fly super fast, and you're basically a bullet all the time, just flying at ridiculous speeds. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. And just like for reference, like, look at this thing. It's huge. It's a big-ass Banshee. All right, you probably know what's coming up because you saw it in the intro. I am going to spawn the frigate in a second, but I first want to show you something that I have been obsessed with since I was a little kid, and that is the SCARAB gun, which was an Easter egg you could get back in Halo 2, and it originally looked similar to this, where you just shoot out the most ridiculously overpowered, screen-tearing beam you've ever seen in your life. But you know, I always wanted it in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and I never could have it, and here you have it. This is the actual SCARAB beam from campaign, from the final mission, but it looks terrible normally, so I cleaned it up and I made it look real nice, and I tried to get it to look like the Halo 3 beam, so here you go. A very accurate and reasonable SCARAB gun that does not nuke the entire universe. Quite proud of this one, actually. It's not gonna lie, it's really fun to shoot this thing. All right, so I have like a whole bunch of other little vehicles, but I'm gonna skip right over to the biggest one I have in the game right now, which is the only warship I've successfully imported at the moment, which is the Unsc Frigate. This thing is awesome, and I'm gonna try to pilot it. There we go. So this thing took a long time to figure out to get it working, but I'm honestly really satisfied with this. The thruster effects are working. You can fire all of the turrets on it, and it really looks mean. It flies and handles pretty well. You can get a decent amount of control out of this. I had to remove the barriers off the map here because it literally was so big that I couldn't spawn this thing in and have it like stay still. It would clip through all the walls because it's absolutely massive. But it's really satisfying to fly around. I would love to have a game mode one day where it's just this and some Covenant cruisers fighting it out in like a grand, glorious battle. But you can see this is the real deal. It looks really cool from while you're flying it, but I really love to see this thing from the front. It is super, super dope. Might one day get that Mac cannon working. We'll see about that though. And speaking of Mac cannon, I have one right here, crazy enough. I'm trying to forge out of bounds, which is probably not the best idea, but I've got the Mac cannon fully in the game. You place it down, it readjusts itself for a second, and you can absolutely devastate everything. Like I was saying earlier, you can't really get sound effects imported into the game right now, so all the vehicles you saw that I was flying around with sounds, that took a lot of finagling to make work, but yeah, even though some things don't have sound effects, they're still pretty fun, and I really enjoy messing around with them. And personally, when you have some buddies who are in Phantoms and you shoot them with a Mac cannon and it completely obliterates their Phantom in one shot, that's a pretty good feeling. All right, while I'm all the way outside the map here, I'll just go over briefly a couple of these things. These are kind of in the game files left over, but they're still interesting nonetheless. There's the Warthog, the Troop Hog. That is always interesting. Back in Halo 3, I always wanted to drive one of these things around really bad. And now here we go. This Troop Hog drives like a dream. Looks kind of cool, and it's something you just normally can't get in Halo. Nothing crazy, but still, I find it fun. This is something I really like, though. This is a Falcon variant that has grenade launchers on it. This is, I believe, in the campaign, and you never really get to use it outside of it, but yeah, here you go. You can have some really sick custom mounted grenades on your Falcon. And it's a little overpowered, but I mean, it's fun. Oh, and I totally don't want to forget this. This is a little project I was working on just to see what kind of custom weapons I could make. And I just call this the missile launcher. It is what it sounds like. It is a big gun, and it shoots missiles. It's primarily an anti-aircraft gun, and I showed this off in my last modding video. I haven't made too many changes to it, but I really like this weapon. It feels like it could fit in Halo. Also, it shoots really fast. Like, it really cleared that distance. Anyway, this mod has a couple other vehicles in it that are kind of cool, that aren't really a big deal. There's, you know, like forklifts and pickup trucks and stuff, but nothing crazy. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm totally going to put this up for download soon. I want to add a little bit more to it, and I also would like to polish some of the things up more to get things working flawlessly. But if you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, you will get a notification when I upload the video releasing this mod, likely in a couple of days. So I would appreciate it if you did that. And if you enjoyed the video, do be sure to give a like. But I'm going to go get back to modding now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye.